So I'm Anna, this is Jordan, Alvin, and our problem statement is that there's difficulties for deaf and hard of hearing students in the classroom and in academic settings, and it hinders their opportunities to learn. So Jordan's going to talk about the interviews right now.
So after we kind of looked into what services were currently provided for deaf students and hard of hearing students at the University of Michigan, we found that there was a gap in versatility and control for the student. So one student that we interviewed, he was totally deaf and uses a translator. So if he goes to a lecture, he is watching his translator sign to him. And it can be sometimes hard for him to get technical vocab because he's a dental hygiene student. So in the dental hygiene program, there's a lot of really technical specific words, and sometimes there isn't a word for that in sign language, so there's a lot of finger spelling, and that's hard to keep up. And then our other student that we interviewed that is just hard of hearing, she uses a cart provider, so they're typing out everything that is being said. And so for her, that's great, but it's hard to drag her cart provider along with her to office hours or to a group setting. So she wanted something that was like a little bit more versatile that she could bring with her. And then also the cart provider's transcripts is just one long book that she gets at the end. And she told us she never once went back and opened it up because it was just too overwhelming of content. So one thing that we wanted to do is allow the student a way to kind of actively highlight or flag or mark up that text as it's being transcribed.
And so this is how we came up with Untapped Ways. We wanted to, university policy states that one, the deaf and hard of hearing students, it is their right to bring forward their condition and to the professor. So we want to preserve that right. We want to be socially conscious. Thus, we came up with the medium of a water bottle to store all the functionality. In terms of a information flow, the speech will be picked up by this microphone, which is able to be twisted around this horizontal plane here, as well as be propped up to have 45 to 90 degree freedom on the vertical plane. And then through a wire in the back, this will be connected to a Bluetooth transmitter. If you want to take a peek inside. We have a Bluetooth transmitter there and an external power pack. And as well, we'll fit an Arduino board in there, which will help translate the speech into a signal that will be transmitted from the Bluetooth to our Google Speech and Untapped Wave software, which will help translate the speech. And using these three buttons on the side here, you'll be able to flag, highlight, or subdivide so that the student can really make the transcript theirs as to their notes, so they can divide it and make those notes be of value to them.
It can be comfortably used by left or right-handed students as well, the way that it's designed.
So if you want to see an example of what this would look like, what happens is, so once we receive the Bluetooth audio signal on the laptop, it then gets sent to the Google Speech cloud, and it will be transcribed and sent back to their computer into this window where they can start translating.
Pressing highlight text will highlight the last sentence.
So right now we have the buttons on the window, the app, as well as on the water bottle. So if it's more convenient for a student to just click the button on the water bottle while the transcription's going, they can do that. Or they can use their window where they have complete control over this transcription.